It is Wednesday night. We're gonna take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. Actually, it's Thursday. Sorry, Wednesday night going into Thursday. We're gonna take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP. It looks like we're still continuing to slide a little bit. I'm noticing that there's some retracing going on because I'm having a feeling volume is starting to slow down a little bit. I had kind of guessed this would probably happen, and I'm right. I mean, it looks like we're having retracement because there's been a lot of resistance at the top of all these coins. Like with Bitcoin, we started out the day at about, let's see, 87.27, spiked up to about 87, 89, touched that resistance, and then it fell pretty hard again to about 86, 83, kind of ping-ponged all day, and now we're kind of starting to further retrace. This is going to be your low for Bitcoin right now. If I can get this to move. 8607. So because these coins are not meeting their, they're not able to push above resistance, we're starting to kind of pull back a little bit. But I've heard that that this is expected. We are supposed to have a little bit of a pullback. And from what I understand, there's going to be a parabolic move. A lot of these coins are going to shoot way, way, way up. Now, how long they're going to stay way up, I don't know. Usually when you have a parabolic move, they come crashing back down to earth. So right now, I would say about 85 to 8,800 is your support level for Bitcoin at the moment. It's continuing to slide because, I don't know. I mean, right now it's kind of a blah kind of day. I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on right now. Just kind of a real slow moving kind of day, so not really a whole lot to report. So like I said, 85 to 8,800 right now is your support level. If we do have a 2017 moment again, I think we're going to probably move back up to 16, maybe 17,000 for Bitcoin, maybe 20,000, some people are saying. Let's move on to the next coin. This is probably going to be a pretty fast video because, as I said, really not a whole lot to report. Not a whole lot going on, so yeah, we're probably just gonna, let's see, do this, XRP. XRP today, about the same thing. XRP, yeah, basically unchanged price. Shit. Interact, okay. For some reason, this pointer is not working. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's this piece of junk computer. Hold on just a second here. There we go. Okay, we started out the day at about 0.235, shot up to 0.238, then back down again, and now we're kind of just ping-ponging, then we slowly but surely going down, so 0.231. Between 0.231 and 238 is where you're moving at XRP, barely hitting 24 cents. Your resistance, you've got a support level of about 23 to 24 cents right now. That's what I'm going to say. Really, not a whole lot to report, so that's all I'm going to say for XRP. Maybe $1 if it goes up, ever. I don't know. It's just been kind of been one of those days where if you looked at the charts earlier, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the chances are you probably haven't missed much because it's just been one of those kind of days that's very, very painful to watch. Kind of like one of those low-scoring football games where it's 3-3 at the half, and it's kind of like watching paint dry. I mean, this, you know, I almost didn't even really want to, I almost didn't do a show tonight because when you have days like today where, the price is just basically stagnant and there's nothing going on. I mean, there's really just not a whole lot to report. I mean, there's just really basically Ethereum set at 165 all day. Litecoin basically, let's see, I bet you anything Litecoin set between $57 and $58 all day long. It just kind of baffles my mind how this works. You'll have days where it'll jump up Litecoin $4, $5, or $6, Ethereum 20 or $30, but then you have these days where I don't know how they do it. I mean, it's like, how do you write days like this? How do you do days like this? How do you do like where, you know, the price literally sits on 165 for Ethereum all day? How does that even happen? How is that even possible, you know, for it to remain the same price all day long, no change whatsoever? It's one of two things. It's either low volume, no activity, or just good old fashioned manipulation. Like I said, we desperately need to have regulations in this. Even though right now our current government does not believe in regulations, they don't believe anything at all should be regulated. They believe that it should be a free for all, the Wild West, and basically with that kind of thinking, this will be bankrupt within 10 years. I mean, you've got to have regulations. Anybody with a peanut sized brain can understand you've got to have regulations. If you don't have regulations, then you have morons running things. And, I mean, if you want to keep, if you want to keep the prices low like this, if you don't want the crypto market to ever go anywhere, if you want it to just continue being looked at as the dark web, then don't put any regulations on it. Don't do anything. Let these whale groups just come in as they please. Buy huge numbers of coins and then sell at will. That's what's causing these prices to plummet like this. Until we get some kind of control on this, it's going to be always just looked at as a casino. I mean, that's the cold hard truth about it. This will never be taken seriously. No banks will ever want to adopt this as their currency. Walmart will never want to adopt this. When you keep seeing violent price drops, that's the way it's going to be, guys. I mean, this is basically going to just be like a casino. That's all it's going to be. If you're fine and comfortable with, hey, I'm going to drop $100 on Black 25. Hey, that's fine if that's what you really want. But if you're someone like me who wants this to really take off and wants this to grow, I mean, there could be people that just are happy with the way it is. They don't care if it ever becomes anything. But that's why you need regulations. You gotta have control on this. Otherwise, nobody's ever gonna take us seriously. It's just the way it is. But anyway, Litecoin basically started out the day at about 57.48, went up to 58, and then back down again. See what I mean? Now back down to 57. I mean, now it's going to get into the pattern of jumping between 57 and $58. That is your support for Litecoin right now. Basically, no movement. That is why the coins are dropping right now. That's why we're starting to see retracement. The volume dies down, non-existent. That is why we are dropping right now. The wave is crested. The buying pressure's over. So now it's just a matter of, things are calming down now. It's starting, the prices are correcting back down again. I see all these coins really start dropping unless we have another wave. So Litecoin, maybe 100. Let's move on to the next one, to Ethereum, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm sorry, guys, but there's really just not a whole lot going on right now. Not a whole lot to report. So this is kind of what you got. Pretty much a boring day. Okay, like I said, started off at 169. Okay, so we dropped a few bucks. Went up to 170. Retraced again. Ping ponged around. 168, and then started, the volume died off and crashed to about 165 and 165.09 or 166. So I think your low so far is going to be 165. Your high is going to be 170 for Ethereum. Now some people are saying Ethereum could bounce off of this and go parabolic to $850. If that actually happens, wonderful. But in order for that to happen, we're going to have a huge amount of volume and a huge amount of buying pressure. I don't see it happening, but that's what it said on Google. So we'll just have to stay tuned to see. But this is Thursday night, guys. CryptoVision signing off. Thanks for watching. Peace out.